Okay, so we got some really interesting materials this week looking at how people actually build AI systems.
Mhm.
And there seems to be this like fundamental split, doesn't there?
Yeah, definitely. It's like, are you in the let's just try it camp
Mm,
or more the let's actually prove this works first group?
exactly. That one question seems to shape everything that follows. And the source you sent, Jungmin Zolin, it really lays this out clearly, right? Uses some good comparisons.
It does. It really captures those two sort of contrasting mindsets in AI design really well. Got some helpful analogies in there too.
And for everyone listening, digging into this difference, I think, is pretty important. It shows why just, jumping in feet first might not be the smartest move in AI.
Mm-hmm. Why that evidence, that testing phase can actually save you a lot of grief down the line and just lead to better AI.
Yeah, hopefully we'll uncover a few aha moments today looking at this. A source kicks off with these quite vivid
I got
analogies.
bucket ones.
That's it. Developers are like pouring water into a bucket without checking for holes, and researchers are busy checking if the bucket holds water before pouring.
Perfect setup. So let's unpack that first one the let's try it way. The source calls this the developer mindset.
Right. It's all about getting hands on, using experience, maybe intuition. Just build it, iterate fast.
And there's that quote, isn't there? Something like,
I'll train an Apple AI with 100 images. If it fails, I'll fix it. That sums it up perfectly. Just dive in.
but maybe not fully seeing the potential problems from the start. That leaky bucket idea kind of sticks.
It really does. So, what about the other side, the let's prove it approach?
That's the researcher mindset, according to the source. The focus here is totally different. It's about testing, validating, really understanding the limits before you even start building the main thing.
And their quote is the complete opposite, isn't it?
Yeah. 100 images won't reach 97.5%. Let's test and prove it. We need 100,000. It's about knowing the path based on evidence.
Makes total sense. Checking the bucket before you fill it seems logical.
So the source uses this great example to show them clashing. An AI for identifying apples, right? Goal is 97.5% accuracy.
But crucially, they've only got 100 images to train it on, which sounds
Us.
low.
Very low for that kind of target. So the developer, following their mindset,
Just jumps in, builds it with the 100 images.
yep, gets maybe 80% accuracy in their own tests. Looks okay, perhaps.
Because then, real world.
Drops like a stone.
Yeah.
Down to 50%. And the reaction is just, okay, let's tweak it.
Ah, the tweaking phase. And the source mentions this leads to some pretty bad mistakes.
Exactly. It starts calling green apples, pears, yellow ones, lemons. Just basic stuff it's getting wrong because the foundation isn't there.
That's the taping a leaking bucket analogy again, isn't it? Patching symptoms, not the real issue.
Precisely. Now, the researchers' approach to the same problem.
Is completely different, I assume.
Totally. They test first, try it with 10 images, 50, 100. They analyze the results.
And conclude.
That it's just unstable. It won't hit that 97.5% target with so few images. It's fundamentally flawed.
So their solution isn't tweaking.
It's getting the right resources. They build a model using 100,000 images and, surprise, surprise,
It works.
hits 98% accuracy. Reliable. It's like they built the right size bucket for the job from the start.
It highlights a potential communication breakdown too, though. You got one person with data,
Saying, look, the proof says this won't work.
and the other perhaps saying, just try harder, tweak it more.
Yeah, the researcher is sharing facts, evidence, while the developer might still be, pouring water into that broken bucket hoping for the best.
But it's not always about conflict. The source also shows how they can work together well.
Right, that synergy bit. The researcher says, okay, 100 images won't cut it.
And the developer comes back with a practical idea. Okay, but what if we, augment them, make those 100 look like 10,000?
Smart thinking. Kind of creating synthetic data variations.
And the researcher's response.
Okay, let's test that. And they do, and that approach actually reaches 90% accuracy.
Ah, so that's the sweet spot, combining the clever, practical idea with the rigorous testing.
Exactly. Finding the right bucket size, maybe, and then figuring out a clever way to fill it or expand it. Smart ideas plus solid facts.
So wrapping it up, the main takeaway feels pretty clear. In AI, just guessing or hoping.
Leaks, like the bucket, it doesn't hold up.
Whereas starting with facts, with proof, with testing,
That holds. That's your sturdy researcher bucket. It leads to reliable results.
it definitely makes you think, though, where else do we see this? This try it versus prove it tension.
Oh, absolutely. Maybe in other kinds of engineering,
Hmm.
or even just how we approach problems day to day.
Yeah, do you tend to jump in or do you sort of map it all out first? Something to ponder for sure.